Let's start casting on now. We'll be doing either single rib or plain knit stitch. For single rib cast, we'll first move the half gauge lever to P. Rotate the handle to position 5. Now select your working needles, starting with the main bed. Push every other needle on main bed to D position. Then extend the rubber needles. Check that main bed needles are staggered. Now prepare the carriage. Move both cam levers to the circle mark. Set Russell lever to I and cam lever to 0 for basic stitch. Set tension dial to 0, then adjust the auxiliary head. Set both Russell levers on the auxiliary head to I. Set the lever to 1. Align the lever with the arrow. Set auto position lever to 1. Zero the tension dial and slide the head. All position B needles should now be aligned. Knit 23 more rows to straighten the needles. Now we begin casting on. The machine head's movement direction determines if the main machine fabric is the front side or the secondary machine fabric is. With the main machine head on the left, starting from the left, the main machine fabric will be the front. If the head is on the right, the secondary machine fabric becomes the front. For this project, we are going to weave a fabric with the main machine fabric as the front. So place the head on the left first. Begin by threading the yarn through the gap between machines. Then hold the bottom yarn. Dribble the yarn with both hands. Guide it straight into the yarn feeder. with the tail underneath. While keeping tension on the yarn, adjust the tension to the right setting. Now slide the carriage to cast on. Disengages both needle beds. This takedown comb has a removable needle. Take out the comb's needle, then hook the comb onto your cast-on row. Make sure the comb is centered on your knitting. With the takedown comb in place, now we'll add the tension weights. We're using 3 weights here. You can adjust this as needed for your fabric. Choose long or short combs according to your project's width. We've cast on our stitches. Now we'll knit the machine edge. Set the left cam lever to triangle. Keep the right lever on circle. Move cam lever to SJ. Leave the tension dial at 0. Next, set the secondary machine head. By placing its left lever at 0. Set the right lever to position 1. Set the secondary machine's tension dial to 0, matching the main machine. Keep all other settings the same. Move the machine head forward. After one row, only the main machine's needles are active. Now knit the second row. This row uses only the secondary machine. The third row matches the first. Only the main unit's body is knitted. These three rows form the reinforced edge. With the reinforced edge done, next we'll knit single rib stitch. And adjust the carriage settings. First align the left cam lever with the circle mark and set it to 0. Set tension to 2. Keeping the right cam lever at circle position. Return the left selector to position 1. Set tension to 2. Leave other settings as is. Now knit one full row. Both main and auxiliary needles are in working position. Once the ribbing reaches the desired length, take the fabric off. First, remove the counterweights and unthread the yarn. While moving the carriage, grip the takedown comb. Release the fabric from the comb. Here's the finished ribbing. Now let's show the 1x1 rib knitting technique. Set the half gauge lever to H, turn the handle to 5. And extract the needle. Use the needle pusher to push the knitting needles to position down. Do the same with the auxiliary machine needles. Push the required ones to position D. Main and auxiliary needles interlock without collision. With the half gauge lever at H, pushing the needles to D avoids collision. Pull the carriage to align the needles to position B. As before, we'll use the main machine's fabric as the front side. So place the carriage on the left, then thread. As with the rib knitting, we still adjust the cam levers for plain knitting. Position both cam levers on the main head to the circles. Reset cam levers to 0. Set tension dial to 0. Secondary machine levers to 1. Tension dial at 0. Maintain other settings. Slide the carriage. Check needles on both machines are engaged. Remove the takedown comb. Attach to cast on loops. Secure comb, then add weights. Same as single rib setup. Create a machine edge before plain knitting. Also check that the cam settings are correct. First, set the main machine's left cam lever to the triangle position. Keep the right cam lever in the circle position. Set the tension dial to 0 and the cam lever to SJ. For the secondary machine, set the left position lever to 0. And the right lever to 1. Set the tension dial to 0. Keep all other settings as is. Knit 1 row. Before knitting, check the yarn tension for slack. We completed 1 row. Only the main machine's needles were active. Now knit the second row. Only the secondary machine's needles work this row. Now knit the third row. Only the main machine's needles work now. These 3 rows form the machine edge. Now switch to plain knitting. First set the left cam lever to the circle mark. Then set the cam lever to 0. Set the tension dial to 2. If the fabric feels too loose after knitting, lower the tension dial to 1. Do a test knit, then adjust the secondary machine head. Set the left lever to position 1. Same as the main machine. Set the secondary tension dial to 2. Then slide the head. Check that all needles on both machines are engaged. Here's just the first row of plain knitting. Now slide ahead to start plain knitting. Plain knitting uses all needles on both machines, so opt for slightly finer yarn. Now let's remove the fabric. First detaching the counterweight. Next, release the yarn from the guide. Grasp at the takedown comb with one hand, while moving the carriage with your other hand. This releases the fabric. Remove the needles to release the fabric from the comb. And that's how plain knitting is done. Let's compare them. This is plain knit, and this single rib. Now let's move on to double rib knitting. First, get this one X2 needle pusher. Use the 2x2 for bulkier yarn. We're using fine yarn for this knit, so we'll knit on every alternate needle. Let's start casting on. First, move the half gauge lever to H. Turn the handle to position 5. Push the main bend needles to D position first. Then do the same with the ribbon needles. After extending the needles, pass the carriage a few times. To align all needles at D position. Thread the yarn when the carriage is left. We'll make a machine edge first, before knitting double rib. Just like with interlock and single rib. This creates a pattern alternating between 2 knit and 2 purl needles. Now grab the takedown comb, hang your work on it, and add the weight. With the weights attached, start by knitting the machine edge. Using the same carriage settings as for plain and single rib knitting. After knitting 3 rows, set the lever to position 6 and move it. Adjusting the secondary machine's needles. Since we're switching to double rib, increase the tension dial to 4. Keep all other settings unchanged from plain or single rib knitting, only adjusting the tension dial. Next, knit 1 row. The needles on both machines are set for 2 needle rib knitting. This creates a double rib pattern. Let's continue knitting. Now we'll remove the fabric. First attach the counterweight. Remove the yarn from the thread guide. Grip the takedown comb in one hand. With your other hand, gently pull the carriage. This completes the double rib. Now take the fabric off the takedown comb. Here we have plain stitch. Single rib and double rib knitting patterns. You can also create wide rib or other variations. Check the manual for detailed steps.